Hi, everybody. This is Lee Phillips. I'm an attorney. Don't hold that against me. And you're watching this virtually, so you won't catch any attorney cooties or anything. But I've done business structuring and tax planning and stuff for the high-end clients across the United States for about 35, 40 years now. And this would be Ben. Ben?
I do all the calculations for Lee. I'm the tax advisor here.
Yeah. Ben's a former IRS special auditor. He's an accountant. We won't hold that against him either.
Thanks.
But what we do is we have helped people through the PPP program in the first round in the CARES Act. Now we're getting the second round, and there are things that we need to help you with so that it's going to be a lot easier for you to apply for the PPP money. That's the Paycheck Protection Program, the loan that's forgiven in the small business world. So let's get started. In the next couple of days, on January 13th to be exact, they're going to open the PPP, but it's only open to what they call the first round or the first loan tranches. And there are only certain lenders, those who are in qualified, what's the word I'm looking for, depressed areas, that sort of thing. Then they're going to open a second round or a second loan tranche, and that will be limited to, and then the SBA right now hasn't exactly said when they are going to open it for, I'm going to say, the general public. That's like me and you. We're not in a depressed area. We're not special needs. We're not racially this, that, and the other. Just normal businesses, but it's coming, and it's coming fast. So you may as well start to prepare for it, and you're going to have to do some calculations. That's what we want to walk through with you today. Ben does the calculations.
Right. So a lot of people have been calling us and emailing us and asking us, do I qualify for another PPP loan? And so there are lots of different criteria that you have to meet on top of what we're going to show you today.
You can't have more than 300 employees, and you can't do this, but I'm assuming, and most of the folks that we're working with, you've got a small business, few employees, and you're trying to keep the doors open through COVID. So let's go through and figure out the number aspect of it, and just assume that you meet all of these other rules. Okay.
The reality is that 99% of you are going to qualify for this round two if you meet the gross receipts test. So as you've heard, you have to have a 25% or more reduction in gross receipts when comparing any quarter in 2020 versus 2019.
The same quarter in 2019.
Good point.
So I have to compare the first quarter in 2020 to the first quarter in 19.
And if you don't know what a quarter is, it's 3 months. January, February, March is first quarter. May, June, July. Sorry, April, May, June is second quarter. July, August, September, third.
We don't pay him a lot. It's okay.
You definitely don't. So, all right, let's pull up a sheet right now, Lee, and let's walk through how you calculate how you compare the numbers.
Okay.
What we want to do is, it's going to be the same concept for any quarter that you do. So let's just go ahead and start with the first quarter.
But like we said, you got to do first quarter to first quarter.
Yep. So see, I'm going second quarter. That's wrong, right?
Right.
Can't do that. So we have to have the first quarter versus first quarter. Okay. So let's compare 2020 versus 2019. Now let's save everyone some time here. If your number for 2020 is higher than 2019,
just forget it.
If you're at $100 there and $80 there, your income didn't go down. So don't even bother with this calculation. Shoot over to another quarter, okay? So I'm using easy numbers here. Let's say first quarter 2020 was $80. You go down here, and 2019, it was $100. So we've gone down. Obviously, any of us looking at this can see that's a 20% reduction in gross receipts. So let's do the math here. If you do 80 over 100, that's going to give you 0.80, right?
Yep. Then you go subtract that.
So let's do 1
right?
minus 0.80. That gives us 0.220.
But that's not 25%. You got to have at least 25%.
So that would be 20%. So we didn't qualify that year.
That quarter.
And so, yeah, for that quarter, sorry. So what you're going to do is you take the 2020 year, that quarter, divided by the 2019 quarter, you're going to get you're going to get a decimal. Then you take 1 and subtract it from that decimal. It needs to be 0.25 or higher. If it's not 0.25 or higher, you don't qualify for PPP round 2. And so
you do it for each quarter, and you only need one of those match up quarters to be less than to be a 25% drop or more, and then you would qualify.
And when you
now, if my whole year in 2020 is less than 2019, can I qualify?
No, it has to be compared quarter by quarter.
It's only quarter by quarter.
It's only quarter by quarter, and definitely don't play around with your income to try and make yourself qualify for this loan. You're not going to have to show these calculations when you get the loan, but when you go to for forgiveness, you're going to have to show these calculations and prove this. And so that's how you do it, and it's the same concept for each quarter.
I think that, by the way, they will audit these in likelihood, because they've given themselves, I think, like 5 years to audit them. And no, they're not doing anything through PPP right now in coronavirus land. But when coronavirus gets back to normal, and when the government gets back to normal, I think that they're going to be hunting these pretty close.
I do too. So anyways, that's how you do it.
That's it?
That's it. It's an easy, sounds complicated. It's a very easy calculation.
Okay.
You don't have books and records. I guess the quickest way is to add up all your deposits for each of the quarters through the year. And assuming you're depositing all of your income, that's going to get you a quick calculation too.
So
if you're on cash basis.
So see if you qualify. If you qualify, pay attention, because in the next week or so, we expect that the SBA will announce when the standard lending institutions can start accepting applications for this second round PPP. You might remember in the first round, the money went fast. And in fact, the big companies took it all up. This time they've tried to get rid of the big companies by limiting it to the 300 employees or less. But it still could go fast. So,
yep,
get your foot in the door as soon as you can. This is Lee Phillips and Ben Rucker, and we're talking about qualifications for the new round of PPP in January 2021.
The primary qualification, which is a 25% reduction, how to calculate that.
Yeah, there are other rules.
So,
all right, good.